gentlemen, I hope all of my SG93 Nation friends and subscribers are having a wonderful Monday. I know I am. Got up early this morning, waited until about 8:30, starting some laundry where I live, getting stuff out of the way. But other than that, we are starting a new career mode on F1. No, it's not F1 2024. We're going to start. I'll explain that one when I introduce that one, but I will give you a hint. It's a former World Drivers' Champion that will be coming to F1 24 that is not on the game. There's the hint, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comments who you think it is, and I will tell you if you are right or not in this video. But for right now, I am introducing you to Zachary Johnson. Welcome to Zachary Johnson on F1 2016. He is going to be racing for Williams. Now, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, for this one. We're not going to do a long-lasting driver series on this one, or career mode. We're most likely probably going to do maybe two seasons with it, and that's going to be it. F1 24 is really old. F1 16 is really old. It's been out for almost 10 years now. So yeah, there's a few tracks that I'm happy that I'm able to race again. Russia hasn't been on the schedule since F1 21. You have Germany, which is Germany has not been on the F1 calendar probably since 2019. And me being German on my side of the family, Germany is going to be definitely part of this little career mode. But the big track that I am a fan of is I want you to pay attention to the track that's in the middle there of Singapore and Japan, Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, F1 has not been to Malaysia since I believe the 2017 season. That's the last time they were at Malaysia. Now, MotoGP still goes there, runs Malaysia. Yes, we're going to do a career mode on myself on MotoGP so we can run Malaysia with the motorcycles. Be on the lookout for that. That's probably going to be sometime soon. Not anytime soon, but sometime soon. Malaysia is one of my favorite tracks that F1 went to when they were racing, and that's a track that I really wish they would bring back, but unfortunately with circumstances, with money situations and the weather and everything else, it kind of ties the drivers into the weather because it gets so hot when they race there, but also with the financial stability of the track. That's the reason why they don't go to Malaysia. Now, I'm going to try to race this game. I haven't played this game in a long time. It's been a hot minute since I've been on this game. But I think after a couple of races, we should get into it. Australia for the old layout is going to be a little bit complicated for me. Bahrain's going to be probably an easy race. I know the layout very well. China's going to be iffy. Russia is a great layout for me, but the tracks that I'm really looking at it's going to be complicated for me is going to probably be the tracks that are going to be harder than hell. And it's not like on F1 24 where, you can race it and it's easy to get through it. So Monaco is going to be a challenging one, especially going into the hairpin, coming down into where the yachts are parked there. Another track that's going to be complicated is Baku, especially near the castle section. Japan is probably going to be another tough one. Singapore has always been a tough track for me. So you got tracks that are going to be complicated. Hopefully we can get it and we can get used to it after a while. But also in this game, it's not like me racing in cockpit mode and everything is easy. Everything changes to itself. It switches field modes. DRS is automatic. I have to work the field mode saver because that time that's what they made it like. They wanted to put you in the driver's seat, so that's how they did it. So I have to learn how to do field mode again. I'm going to have to listen to my race engineer, really good in these 2 seasons, and I'm going to have to pay attention to the DRS zones, because the DRS zones are a little bit different on some of these games than they were. I know Australia, there's 4 DRS modes now because of the new layout. The track has gotten faster since they bought the new layout, and Monaco is a sharp one with just the 1 DRS in the main straight. You know, you got Baku that I believe has 2 or 3 DRSs, but I mean, the list goes on and on with some of these DRS zones and how to change it. So I'm going to have to listen to my race engineer, which is going to be Jeff, so you're going to be hearing his voice, ladies and gentlemen, when we stream this. I know I have a certain person who I happen to sort of not be friends with on PlayStation anymore, and is friends with a buddy of mine that is on PlayStation, and they race together. If you are hearing this, this is the only time you will hear my voice. You will not hear anybody else's voice other than the race engineer. And I want to remind this person, the race engineer's name is Jeff. Okay? That's the only person you will hear on these live streams. You will hear me again probably at the summer break when I am talking about how the races have gone up to summer break, and then after the final race of the season. I'm also going to let everybody know this. Zachary Johnson is going to be a Williams racing driver for the next 2 seasons. I'm not having him go anywhere else. Williams was a pretty decent team at that time. Ferrari doesn't really need another guy because they have Sebastian Vettel and they have Kimi Räikkönen. You know, on this game, you have Nico Rosberg and you have Lewis Hamilton. Red Bull was starting to gain more of a popularity again with them having Daniel Ricciardo and young superstar Max Verstappen, and at that time Max was just growing into his own. So I'm not leaving Williams. I'm going to try to put Williams on the map. I'm going to try to get Williams a constructor's title, and I'm also going to try to win a few races. The goal is to win a few races the first year, not win the Drivers' Championship, and see how the second year goes. If the second year goes good, we might do one more season and we just do a 3rd season, and that'll be it, ladies and gentlemen, because we have another driver that we got to focus on F124. I got my own career mode on F124. I got a buddy that I am going to be starting on NASCAR Heat 5 for career mode. I got a few custom drivers I'm going to do on NASCAR 24. I got the driver series on the 2022 side of it for NASCAR Heat 5. I have the driver series on F124 with Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. So we can't get really too far behind on anything. Plus, we still have to work on the Boston Red Sox franchise. I'm taking a break from my own road to the show for a bit. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's just the update. But this is also to introduce you to Zachary Johnson, who is a F1 driver racing for Williams Racing on F1 2016. I hope everybody comes out and checks this out. Again, we'll try 2 seasons. If not, and it goes well, we'll probably go for a 3rd season, and after the 3rd season, that will be it. If you guys do like this, we'll continue it, but if you guys don't like it after the 2nd season, please let me know. We'll end it after the 2nd season. But right now, goal is to win a few Grand Prix, try to get Williams on the map, try to have them become that dominant team that they were at that time still, and try to have them compete with Red Bull, Mercedes, and excuse me, and possibly Ferrari. Now, I might spoil this a little bit. If we continue this, and you want to see this career mode last all the way until that 10 season mark, I'll spoil it. And depending on how Lewis Hamilton does, we might move to Mercedes and jump from one Mercedes team who powers Williams to the other Mercedes team at the time that was dominant at that era and be Nico Rosberg's teammate. There is the hint for F1 24 for the new driver and a former World Drivers Champion. I want everybody to think who the Drivers Champion was in 2016. No, not 2015, 2016. Again, 2016. We're also I'm going to give you a hint. It's a German driver. Those are your two hints for who you're going to see as a career mode driver on F1 24. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I'm going to say for now. And again, I'm going to remind my buddy who happens to be friends with a person that we used to be in a party chat with. My buddy that I am friends with, that I am usually in a party chat with once in a blue moon. If you see this and you watch this, please let our lovely other friends, especially the one that we both know, please let him know this is the only time he will hear my voice. The only other person he will hear is the race engineer until summer break. And then I'll be back to update everybody on summer break, and then I'll update it at the end of the season. Other than that, that is the only time you will hear my voice, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like commentating for obvious reasons. I'm not a very good multitasker. So that's where I lay on that. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, it's 21 races. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be tough. But I think I should get the hang of this once we get into it a little bit further into the races. But again, I haven't played this game since I bought it years ago. So it's gonna be a hit and miss here for the first race. I'm sorry this video is so long. I just wanted to introduce you, Zachary Johnson. Let me know in the comments of this video if you want to see this a little bit longer. I might put a poll out and see if you guys want to see this go a little bit longer. We might actually hit 5 seasons, or we might go to 10 all seasons, but I'm kind of hitting 3 seasons right now just to kind of slow it down a little bit. But let me know in the comments in this video if you want to see it go a little bit longer than 3 seasons. I'll put a poll up in my community tab too, and just yeet or no yeet on that, and we'll go from there. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy Spooky Gamer 1993. I hope everybody had a blessed Easter Sunday as our Lord and Savior risen, and you know, and hopefully he blessed all of my subscribers with a great Easter with friends and family, and I hope you all stay blessed. Peace, love, I'm out of here.